These are my eyes. This is my blind spot. If I don't scan, look, and adapt, this blind spot's going to get me. Hey there, my name is Ed Howie, and this is How We Grow a Brand.
1, 2, 3.
If you like what you learned from this episode, subscribe to our channel, and hey, smash that like button. You ready to go? Let's get on to today's chat. Running and leading a brand is not an easy thing. Whether you're the founder or the acquirer or the leader or the new hire, whatever your role may be, is to bring multiple things together and get them working in unison with a clear awareness of where you're headed, but a clear awareness of where you truly are. That is one of the most difficult things we are called to do as leaders. I believe there's 3 things that can help us not prevent blind spots, but minimize blind spots. And the 3 things are this. First and foremost, as a leader, we got to constantly scan the environment. Now, when you're driving, we don't have a little swivel head on our neck where we can actually go 360 and truly see where every car is. We've got rear view mirrors and we got indicators, but you know what we also have got as leaders in scanning the environment? We've got the rest of the folks inside the car with us. Have you ever been driving down the highway and go, hey, am I clear to pass? Now, ideally, your mirror's working and your viewpoint's working and you've been paying attention to the cars behind you, but sometimes you don't. So, maybe one of the things we need to do to scan the environment better is to talk to our employees and actually, scan our employees to see how the environment's looking. Hey, guys, you think we're ready to do this next thing? Have we done well with the road we've been on so far? That we're really ready to pass? Or do we need to pull off the accelerator a little bit and maybe change the oil and get the car back in the right condition? First, scan. Second, you gotta look, okay? You can scan, but with your eyes focused somewhere other than on the horizon, you can scan the environment but not see a single thing because you're not in the moment. There's a lot to be said for those days where we would, before heading on a journey, we'd get the atlas out and we literally would look on paper, sitting at the kitchen table. This is what my dad used to do, where, he would get out the red pencil and he would kind of note the way to get from, say, Durham, North Carolina to Monroe, North Carolina. And, if he knew there was a race in Rockingham, he'd know to go a different way. So he'd look for the other highway, or if we're going to the beach or that kind of thing. Versus now what we do is we jump into the cockpit, we turn on the rocket, and then we enter the address into our phone, and we hold our phone illegally, literally illegally, but also illegally, functionally illegally. And we're just kind of taking the next turn, one turn at a time. Now, I got to tell you, I'm not that kind of person. I cannot handle putting the directions or putting the address into a phone, and I have to scan and look at the big map first to figure out where I'm truly going before I can take the little next stop this, next stop this. Now, this tells you next turn this, next stop, whatever that, all that. That probably tells you a little bit about myself, but I got to understand the ultimate destination, and I've got to have a visual understanding of the path I need to take, or at least what Google Maps is telling me I need to take to get there. But if I'm only looking at the plan, the map, and I'm not looking at the horizon and the environment, then I am going to have some blind spots and probably a front end collision. So you got to scan the environment, but you've got to look. Get your eyes off the plan, off the map, and look forward and communicate and connect and be engaged in the moment at hand. Because if you got a 150-mile journey ahead of you, you got to really master it 1 mile at a time and not be so focused on the 150 miles ahead that you are surprised by the detour 3 miles ahead of you. So scan, look. Third thing you can do to avoid those blind spots is you must adapt to the changing road conditions. Pilots do that all the time. They say, hey, our original course of flight was from New York to San Antonio, and we were going to fly over Birmingham. But there's a big storm brewing in the Gulf Coast area. So we're going to have about 20 more minutes of flight because we're actually going to head closer towards Oklahoma City before we head south into San Antonio. That storm wasn't true and vivid and real when the flight plan was set 4 hours before departure. But once the aircraft's in air and you're heading towards San Antonio, the environment changes. And if you don't adapt into the changing environments constantly, then you're going to derail the journey. Now, we as leaders want to think that we are fully capable of everything we need to do and having the wisdom and discernment, and we can take it all on ourselves. Well, if you're truly building a fully functioning team to support and grow your brand, to protect it, to be a good steward, you've got to make sure that not just you, but everyone is scanning the environment at all times. And there has to be communication around scanning the environment. So scan the environment. Second is look at the present moment to understand exactly what the current conditions are. And third, adapt to changing road conditions along the journey. Blind spots create collisions. Vision is good stewardship. Don't be blind. Look out, look up, and adapt. That's one way you grow a brand. I sure hope this helps you with your brand, your business, your life. As importantly, I hope this has inspired your day. If you'd like to learn more about me or how I grow a brand, go to edhowie.com. Or better yet, if you want to book me to come speak to your group, click Book Ed to Speak, and I'll bring the woo to you. Can't wait to see you next time on How We Grow a Brand.